What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Spectrum series here on the MauzyCasts channel. It's your boy Mauzy from platinumheroes, and today we are going to jump into another TVT that I prepared with you know who. You know, if you love him at this point, you have to believe that these are going to be bangers after bangers, representing the Korean nation. Obviously, he is none other than HonMonO as our blue barcode. And why do I say blue barcode? Because we have a red barcode across the map. Another Korean player who goes, maybe you know him, up and comer, you know, not really a well-known player, but according to our hero, we suspect that this might be INnoVation. Now, obviously, memes aside, if this is INnoVation, then we have a banger upon our hands. 6200 MMR red barcode Terran versus our hero, around 5'7", 5'8", something along those lines. Mr. HonMonO, just a TVT specialist at this point, I would say. Okay, HonMonO goes for the like both players are going for Reaper openers, both players going for the double gas opener. No fast expand so far, and we're gonna have just Reapers, and both players going for the factory early on, obviously. So what this allows you is, it allows you to actually go for early Cyclones, early Hellions, all that good jazz. Allows you to scout, and the double gas opener will allow you to actually do a couple of things very nicely. Okay, does he see it? No, did not see that. So both Reapers actually surpass each other. Let's see, looks like our red barcode, we're not going to refer to him as INnoVation, at least not for now. I don't have 100% confirmation, so I am not really going to say that this is indeed INnoVation, but it could be, honestly. 6200, it could be anyone on the Korean ladder. Now, Hellions coming out for both players, nothing too extreme, but it's looking actually like a decent opener here on both sides. The Reaper on the red side is actually quite loose over here. Okay, starport coming up, and no starport on the side of HonMonO, so we're gonna have probably a bit more aggressive of a game here on our hands. Now, sorry for the bells, by the way. I apologize if the mic picks it up. I have no idea if this new mic actually picks it up or not, but yeah, here's a starport a bit later on the side of HonMonO. INnoVations. I keep saying INnoVation. I hope this is INnoVation. But yeah. Anyways, red barcode player just going for that earlier starport. HonMonO shows up with two Reapers and goes for the double Hellion as well. Beautiful micro here, just putting that injured Hellion on the other side to be less reachable. Now there's a Cyclone out already, and two Marines, and more Marines coming up, as well as one more Cyclone here on the red side. And there's a third gas already in production. And I wonder, okay, so we have a tank, and we're gonna have a couple of Marines coming up for HonMonO as well. Bit of a pressure here. There's 4 Reapers, should be 5, but obviously one of the Reapers has gone down, as you can see, for 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers, 1 Hellion. A beautiful micro here by HonMonO. Good, take down that Cyclone. Ooh, beautiful stuff. Sacrifices a couple of units there. It's gonna lose 3 units for, like, what, a Marine, or 2 Marines maybe, something along those lines. Nothing too fancy, but yeah. Okay, oh, micros that Hellion back. Loses the Reaper, and now he's gonna try to scout, but nothing extra happens. Now, I'm not sure if he saw that factory just finishing the... Okay, so he sees this factory just now finishing the add-on, or at least, like, he knows when the tank production is going to start. That's quite important, because now he has 1 tank, and sorry, 2 tanks already. It's going to start Viking production, of course. Vikings are going to provide some nice anti-air. Could land them as well. Oh, nice catch here with that Viking. Let's see if we can actually keep it alive. Uh-oh, now the tank is going to try and do something here, and that Cyclone is extremely low HP. Let's see the Micro here on the red side. The red side, ooh, loses the tank as well as the Cyclone. So it's gonna get cleaned up, but at what cost? It wasn't that bad of a trade, I guess. Oh, there's a second starport here on the red side, and I am curious. Okay, so nothing extra added on the side of HonMonO, but looks like this is gonna be some Viking / Raven heavy stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Where does this starport go? That's my question. Okay, Barracks is going to swap with this starport, and we're gonna have potentially Stim over here. So I guess it's going to be a more standard TVT-esque build over here. We have Interference Matrix, which will provide a lot of control with those Ravens. The spellcasters are very, very powerful on the Terran side, so both the Ghost and the Raven are exceptionally good at their job. Now, HonMonO will try to come over and tries to do something. Oh, this is not in range. Okay, this is barely not in range. Both tanks are out of each other's range, which is absolutely fine. And we're gonna have potentially 3 Vikings at once, soon to be 4 if the economy allows it. Third command center will finish, as well as HonMonO has it on the on location, and it was not scouted yet. Does HonMonO know that there's a third base? No, not even scouting the main base yet. Third starport coming up for the Red Terran. Absolute beauty. I love it. Now, do we have a scan left? I suppose it's gonna be either a Viking, a Raven, something will actually come and harass and potentially just try to... Oh, never mind, there's the scan. I was gonna say and gonna scout it, but not gonna happen. And it's actually interesting because there was that barracks onto that tech lab, and there's no stim on either side. So both players, quote-unquote, agree that they're going to play SKYTERRAN, heavy SKYTERRAN, and it's gonna be potentially 5 Vikings at once. Now this starport will not be able to get a add-on because the depot is in the way. Imagine, it would be actually kind of cool to be able to just, you know, build on top of those depots. Not another depot, but like build something like a reactor or something. Okay. Cheetos dust onto those Vikings. I'm sorry, I'm theory crafting over here. I was gonna say it would be also cool to be able to drop the add-on on either side, or choose where to add it, something like that. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Just position your buildings accordingly. Okay, how many Vikings do we have here? We have 10 Vikings to the 8 of the Red Terran. HonMonO leads the way with 6 Vikings producing at once. We have our first engineering bay, but no armory so far. The Terran residing in Japan right now, if you didn't know. That's also something I kinda knew about. I knew HonMonO is Korean, but he lives in Japan right now, as far as I know, which is absolutely cool in my opinion. Marine gets pretty much obliterated there by the tank. We have another starport coming up for HonMonO. That's going to be starport number 4 on both sides, actually. HonMonO even being behind a bit. Oh, okay. Is going to try and just clean up some of these. Now, you might say, why do they actually commit so heavy onto SKYTERRAN? Isn't that bad? Well, it would be bad if it was any other race, pretty much. Like Mass Phoenix, for example, would be bad. Mass Corruptor would be bad. Vikings are a bit of a specialist unit because they can actually deal a lot of damage when on the ground. So you can just land them and basically clap everything that you feel like you want to clap. It's quite useful to actually just drop it and, you know, destroy a tank, or just draw fire with like 2 landed Vikings or something like that. Just go and harass with like a Viking, quote unquote, a run by, or flyby actually. Oh, we can call it a flyby, right? I'm pretty sure that's a better term. Okay, so now we have 21 Vikings for HonMonO, 16 for the Red Terran. We have Still 6 Vikings producing at once. First armory on the red side, halfway complete. HonMonO just started his armory, so upgrades are not the name of this particular game. This gas is gonna be taken out, which is a smart move. You might say, oh, it's only 75 minerals worth of resources, right? But imagine, you cannot mine gas, and you're gonna be 1 gas short of mining, in terms of mining, and you cannot actually allow yourself to build as many Vikings as you wanted. So I guess taking out the gas is a pretty nice play. I would say it's a nice play. I cannot actually say anything wrong about it. So 4 base already mining for our red Terran. The 2 gases have been taken, so that's gonna be up to 8 gases, 6 on the side of HonMonO, and he is going to run with that Cheetos dust onto the Vikings. We have no Ravens for HonMonO, and only 4 Vikings producing at once. Another command center is halfway done. Okay, this is still looking quite even. Now there should be a lot of Vikings that are kind of in the at home or going across the map, but yeah, now they arrive. Until this point, HonMonO was leading here, so that is a problem. It was 23 Vikings to 23, but all 23 Vikings were at the same place. At least HonMonO had the defender's advantage, which means the Vikings present in the fight were not equal in numbers. They were heavily in favor of HonMonO, as far as I can tell. And now we have 15 versus 11. Those 4 Vikings could be the difference in like a major fight. Now the Vikings land, and they will actually provide very nice damage over here. You would be surprised to know how much damage they can actually do on the ground. Okay, Cheetos dust on top of those Vikings. Now HonMonO runs with the tanks as well. Gases are being occupied here on the 4 base by HonMonO as well. Now we're gonna have yet another base flawed over. What is that even a word? I guess flied? I suppose flied? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what the exact word would be. I will say that what I said first, it's not a word, and I'll say that it's maybe flied. But yeah, let me know. So there's fresh command centers here on the red side. HonMonO is a bit behind on that. I mean, it's gonna be... Wait, is this... Oh, this is an orbital on the 4th. Okay. I'm actually a fan of that. I mean, you can just fly it and just leave with it, right? I mean, quite easy. It's pretty easy to actually do that. And now there's actually heavy favorite HonMonO with those 28 Vikings, I would say. And now there's equal Viking production. So now, if the Viking production keeps up, it is going to be very good for HonMonO. He's gonna have like 4 to 5 Vikings more in each fight if he actually takes it on the, for example, on the middle of the map. Missile turrets are going to actually help out a bit. There's very few tanks over here, so this is a mass Viking composition. There's a couple of these ravens, but is that going to help at all? I mean, I guess it will. The big difference is going to be the smart servos, I suppose. I think that affects Vikings as well. I want to say. But yeah, I am not exactly sure. takes out that command center in basically no time, guys. Like, you could see how much damage that did. Fusion core comes up before our Terran over here, Red Terran, our Terran, yes, nicely done. And look at that, HonMonO is just going to land the Vikings. He kind of feels that this is not a optimal fight for HonMonO. I mean, the problem is going to be that, okay, there it is, and now they could be landed, but if they get landed, they might actually be destroyed instantly. Uh-oh, this is looking absolutely terrifying for the Red Terran. I'm not sure if this is a fight that he wanted to take. A couple of them are being disabled, especially in the air. The Cheetos dust is on top of them, but HonMonO has the actual... HonMonO has the upgrade advantage. Plus 2 is not yet finished for our Red Terran over here. There's a bunch of minerals and gas that is floating over on the Red Terran. And now those leftover Vikings are basically landed. And now HonMonO is just going to clean up basically everything. This is looking absolutely terrifying for our Red Terran. HonMonO is on the brink of just taking down a 600 MMR higher player than that might just be the legendary INnoVation. Imagine if this is the case, which I guess it could be. Why not? Then this is a huge victory for Mr. HonMonO over here. And HonMonO is just going to siege up over here. Oh, now the Vikings could just lift, and yeah, there it is. The lifting command center is just going to be taken down. Like, this command center is not going to survive. Beautiful stuff here. Destroys it and then just leaves. Wreck everything and leave. Except the legendary Roman Reigns. If you know, you know. There is a command center here on the two edge bases, on the two edges of the map. Bottom left and top right is like basically the crucial late game bases that there are. This is looking absolutely amazing for HonMonO. Like, the problem is, now I know what you would say, like there's plus one vehicle plating as well, but look at that. HonMonO is gonna be first on on +3, and he has 10 Vikings producing at once. That means he has at least 5 starports. Yeah, that's exactly how many he has. He never produced a single Raven. He never produced a single Liberator or anything like that. Now, I want to say that... Wait a moment. So we have a fusion core, but I have no idea why. Was that the plan for BCs? Uh-oh. Oh, the Ravens are going to go down. And this is looking quite okay for our Red Terran. HonMonO is just going to land these Vikings, but he's going to take out every single one of those Ravens. And now the tanks could be taken out on the side of HonMonO, but he's going to manage to siege up at least 2 of them and get in some splash damage, but he's going to get cleaned up. Although he is going to pretty much have the advantage when it comes to production. That is very, very crucial. He has a 6 starport. And there's 2 tech labs here on the red side. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I would say that you cannot really afford any kind of like battle cruiser or something like that. And I suppose, yeah, Ravens are going to be quite useful, but you cannot actually afford 2 of them at once. Like, there is some money issues on both sides, especially when it comes to gas on the side of HonMonO and minerals when it comes to the side of potentially INnoVation. Once again, we are not going to call him out as INnoVation. We might actually, you know, with a question mark. Alright, so there's still plenty of bases mining on this side. Uh-oh. HonMonO is actually already occupying these gases. He's gonna be like, yep, I'm just gonna do this. And that is totally fine. You cannot do anything about it. And now it's going to go in on the bottom left. Ooh, and there was no landing. So the command center moved out of place and you cannot land too close to the minerals. So that is an issue. You could just play Ring Around the Roses and just try to save the command center, but that is not going to be the case. Now, all beautiful mechanics here on the side of HonMonO. And can he actually fight this? I don't think so. There's +3/+1 on the side of our red Terran, so that is going to be a bit of an issue here. But now, 3 Vikings are going to destroy this command center, which is absolutely amazing for HonMonO. That's a fresh base that has been denied. Oh, there's a couple of mines here. I heard another mine just burrowing, so I'll be interested. Oh, there's mines on both sides. Are they reading each other like a book, actually? Yeah, I think they do. There's plenty of mines here. There's 3 mines on the side of HonMonO, 4 now in total, and there's 23 Vikings, but still producing 7 Vikings at a time. This is absolutely amazing. He's gonna have awesome plating as well, and now the sheer numbers should be enough on the side of HonMonO, as he's going to group up and just try to go for another push. 8 Vikings at once, and a mine as well per cycle, so that could be the difference maker. There's a couple of mines here. There might not be any ravens left here, right? No, there's no ravens. Uh-oh, that base for HonMonO is not going to be occupied. Oh, but look at this. This base is also not going to be occupied at all. And there is going to be a no GG. We still have no idea who this is, but HonMonO just takes a beautiful dub. A beautiful dub. We know him already. He's a TVT specialist, at least in my eyes. He has banger TVT matches. This was a very fun one. Mass Viking versus Mass Viking with a little bit of spice here and there. But yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to HonMonO for submitting replays constantly. I loved every single one of them so far, and I'm very happy that I got sent this one too. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love. Cheers.